I love it when research catches up with RIE. I'm already seeing evidence of mainstream culture starting to catch up. Influencers like Mr. Chazz and authors like Mona Delahooke, books like Raising Good Humans, and of course the evolving work of Dan Siegel and Payne Bryson. By the way, I'll put links in the description for all of those people. And honestly, there's actually a surprising number of parenting reels on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, which I will not be linking because I can't vouch for any of those reels. But basically, the mainstream world seems to be waking up to the interior worlds of children, taking a step back from behaviorism and realizing that human behavior is really a symptom of what's going on inside. I really think that we are on the cusp of a whole new understanding of child development. Well, maybe not new to RIE parents, but new to the rest of the world, one can hope. But what got me thinking about this today was a recent article about toys and a hat tip to the Childcare Exchange for sharing the article. I loved this quotation from the piece. One of the ironies of many so-called educational toys is that they don't leave much for children to do or figure out on their own. You spin the arrow, you pull the cord, and a pig oinks. End of story. The researcher goes on to say that she thinks the best toys are 90% child and 10% toy. And I think that's just simply a different way of saying what Magda always said, passive toys make active babies. A longitudinal study, research, by the Center for Early Childhood Education at Eastern Connecticut State University found that simple, open-ended, non-realistic toys with multiple parts, like a random assortment of Lego, inspire the highest quality play. While engaged with such toys, children are more likely to be creative, engage in problem solving, interact with their peers, and use language. But electronic toys tend to limit children's play. A simple wooden cash register in this study inspired children to engage in lots of conversations about buying and selling, but a plastic cash register that produced sounds when buttons were pushed mostly inspired children to just push the buttons repeatedly. Exactly. Simple toys equal active children, and busy toys equal passive children. I remember well over 8 years ago, my then 3.5-year-old niece was going to come and visit me, and I was feeling so anxious because I didn't have any special toys for her. All I had were my regular old RIE toys and objects, and surely she needed something more. I mean, she wasn't a toddler. I have to say, nope. She played for hours with my open-ended objects. And if you're watching, here's a picture of my stash from back then, and oh my, it has really grown since then. I mentioned behaviorism at the start of this piece, and behaviorism is the theory that human behavior can be simply explained in terms of conditioning, without really any appeal to thoughts or feelings. And I actually think that's part of what drives the idea and appeal of quote-unquote educational toys. As we learned over the last couple of decades about children's brains and how much in the first couple of years, how quickly their brains are growing and how they are shaped from experiences and interactions, boom! The idea quickly became, let's get as much knowledge and information into these spongy little brains as possible. Cue the advent of things like Baby Einstein, which, by the way, has been thoroughly debunked, and the avalanche of these so-called educational toys that promise to sneak in the learning for your child through their play. But that's what marketers are telling you, not developmental scientists. I also think that this drive for exciting, to us, and quote-unquote educational toys comes from a drive to give children as much as possible, to give them a leg up. But the good news is their needs are really pretty simple. Children learn through all of their senses, through direct exploration and investigation with ample time and space to do that exploration and investigation. And as we explored last week, when we sit back and watch, we get a window into their interior, complex, and very unique worlds. So tell me, what's your child's favorite toy? What's yours? P.S. Did you know that sticks and cardboard boxes are in the National Toy Hall of Fame? P.P.S. Did you know that I have a RIE Toy Starter Kit? Go find my website to see that little trove of simple toys. P.P.P.S. Okay, so my favorite simple toy is a deck of cards. I can play solitaire, I can play with friends, I can build with them, I can organize them, I can stack them, scatter them, sort them, toss them in a hat. I can even count them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a deck of cards. Tell me, what's yours?